You're listening to the Daily Nugget, dnugget.com for March 27th, 2024. It is Paternal Wednesday. And usually, I don't know, how would you describe this podcast, Janelle? We're usually...
You really want my opinion?
Well, you're part of it.
It's usually ridiculous.
Usually
ridiculous and occasionally...
Dumb, yeah.
But also, Sam.
Yes.
It's like, this is the Mad Libs version.
Okay.
But also...
Nervous. No.
I'm trying to... So this is... We're usually not very... We don't usually have a lot of heartwarming stories. And so Sam wanted to switch it up. And you know what?
Why
not?
I'm feeling very parental today.
You are? Okay.
Love
well, here
the
we go.
heartwarming story.
Nobody cry. I can't handle that. Nobody cry.
Okay.
Aww.
Mom's love helps woman wake from coma after 5 years.
Okay.
So Jennifer Flewellen was driving to work on September 25th, 2017. Dropped her 3 young sons off at school. She became lightheaded on the phone with her husband, veered off the road, hit a pole, and was in a medically induced coma for 5 years.
It's a long time.
Wow.
She's transferred to at least 5 different hospitals and long-term care facilities. And I'm trying to figure out, this is a long article. Oh, I mean, it's sweet. I'm just trying to get to the...
I mean, there were 5 years. Of course,
well, right, I know. There's a 5 years. I mean, there are multiple hospitals.
The gist of it is she was out for 5 years starting in 2017.
So that's a lot of herkle-durkling.
It's true. Well,
no, that's bed rotting.
Well, bed rotting for sure.
That does seem a little insensitive to call what she did bed rotting.
That's true. I'm sorry. But we let's get back. You're right. Back on track, Andy. Okay.
On track. So this is heartwarming.
So there was a joke. They were sitting. I guess they would push her out into the courtyard or something in her wheelchair. I guess I didn't realize that if you're in a coma, you can get pushed around. I thought you just had to sit in bed.
If you're in a coma, you're flat in bed.
I mean, you've seen Weekend at Bernie's, right?
Bernie was dead though, not in a coma. That was different.
Oh, fair enough.
Well, they have to turn you or you get sores and stuff. So I'm sure they have to move them somehow.
So there was a joke. Oh, yes.
When I'm in a coma.
So there was a joke and she heard it. She started laughing. It was the first time she'd responded in 5 years.
Wow.
And
so someone was just speaking a joke over her bedside. What?
Yeah, someone was that, the people that visited her and were mentioning a joke and she laughed at it. So it must not have been like a joke from me. And apparently people that are in that vegetative state for multiple years only have about a 2 or 3% chance to ever come out of it. So she's alert and regaining skills like talking. Now think about this, right? Sam, you said you were thinking the interesting thing is think about the things that she's missed in the last 5 years.
Or got to miss. I mean,
how would you explain it to someone?
Yeah. Talk about the craziest 5 years.
Sometimes we talk about how humanity is really stupid. Well, we did it.
It's like that guy that right before COVID hit, he decided to sail around the world on his own and he didn't have any connection. And then like a month or two later, he's like, hey guys, all right, what'd I miss?
Just a little something.
You probably should have.
How old were her children?
How old were her
she
children?
She dropped them off at school. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
don't think it says it in here.
Well, okay, so in 2023, there's a picture of her attending her son Julian's senior night football game. So at least one of the boys is a senior.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Imagine the advocating that they would have had to do for her for 5 years. all of the,
Ooh.
percentages of her even coming out, all the different places she had to be transferred to. That'd be awful.
Yeah, it would be really bad. It'd be horrific.
Mhm.
So basically, she didn't have a birthday. She was in a coma. Do you have birthdays when you're in a coma?
Well, the calendar continues to move, Janelle. So,
No, okay. All right, I see that. But
so if her birthday was February 25th,
What?
and February 25th came around the next year, she
It was
did
Okay.
have a birthday.
You mean a
Although-
party?
Although Janelle, no one ever ate her
Yeah.
cake because she couldn't blow out the candles. They stood there and they held the
Yeah.
cake out,
There was wax everywhere.
and they're just like, "All right, we gotta wait for her
Oh.
to blow out the candles." She never. blew
No,
out
you
the
just do what
candles.
you just do what you do with like toddlers. You just help them.
yeah, right. You do it for them,
Otherwise,
David.
yeah, well, like my nephew, like his favorite thing to do is blow out candles. So when he would blow out his own candles on his birthday cake, there was very little air coming out. It was mostly
Yeah.
Gross. And then you're like, "Hey,
everybody,
anyone want to eat
here's
this?"
the cake. He just spit all over.
Yep. Delicious.
Was there much rejoicing when she came back?
I
Like
would
when she
imagine
opened her eyes?
so.
I would think so too. Yes.
I mean, she even missed her 40th birthday.
She should get 5 birthday cakes.
Yeah.
She should at
And
least
5
eat
times
a
the
sleeve of
presents.
Oreos.
Yeah, nothing says welcome back to the world like diabetes.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you had an experience like that, and you woke up 5 years later, I mean, wouldn't you just say, "I'm just gonna eat Oreos the rest of my life. I don't care. I should be
Her
dead."
cholesterol would go.
Out of college basketball
like,
sensation Caitlin Clark, she broke the NCAA women's
what
all-time
happened?
scoring.
Hello.
Uh-oh.
I
I
scrolled
wonder
down.
what the first thing she asked about was. Like, what happened to me? Like the last thing she remembers?
Well, don't people that aren't people that are in a coma, don't they kind of have some sort of low level understanding of what's happening, but they just can't respond?
It
Like
depends on the
they can
coma.
still, like, I've heard stories of people that have been in a coma, and if they're in a bad situation where sometimes, nurses abuse poor, coma patients. And I read one time and they said, "I knew what they were doing to me, but I couldn't do anything about it."
That's
How horrible would that be?
Ooh. Boy, we went
It would
dark
be
this
horrible.
episode.
This is supposed to be heartwarming.
I was like, we went from heartwarming to, hey, have you heard about the abuse of
Yeah,
Andy
yeah,
took
it's
us
sweet.
there.
Andy's best leader ever.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay, but here's the cool thing. So we get back to the sweetness. So the mom, she's 41 now. She's completed dozens of hours of physical, speech, and occupational therapy. And it's her mom has helped out through this whole journey too. So that's really sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So she's going to have surgeries to help loosen her contracted joints. Think about that. She didn't move her joints for 5 years.
Yikes.
All right. So the mom says the fact that her daughter is awake and living with her at home is a dream come true. So there we
Aw,
go.
That's sweet.
I feel better now.
And this is what we're going to do. We're going to share. There's a GoFundMe. We're going to share it. They want to renovate the bathroom to be wheelchair accessible and get a wheelchair accessible van so mom can take the daughter to the doctor's appointments and activities.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. We're going to put it out there.
Aw.
I'm going to make a donation because I said a lot of dumb things during this podcast and I need to make up for it. So please be generous. And that's the
And you
nugget.
should, Andy.
Maybe that's how we can turn this into something good. We do something
And
dumb.
this is
and then we just
great. I like this direction, but because of the direction we came from, I feel like it's the audio version of I don't know what to do with my hands. Like,
Are you feeling nervous, Purvis?
I feel like, Jen, that might be the best description of our podcast.
I don't know what to do with
that's
my
true.
hands.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yep.
And that's the nugget.
Definitely a different field.
Nuggethatemail@gmail.com. I feel like we stretched out our wings today, guys.
Oh, why
Yeah.
does your voice sound like that?
He went into his
Little
Radio
buddy.
voice.
yes radio voice.
Oh, it's like when I'm talking to little buddy. Like, hey, little buddy.
No, that's creepy.